My name is Danielle Martin, and I'm going to be talking to you about giving a barium series to a cat. Our patient, I'll get him in a minute, he's about 14 pounds, and you're supposed to use about 6 to 12 milligrams per kilogram, and I'm going to use about 10 milligrams per kilogram for him. So I'm going to need to give about 64 milliliters. I'm going to use a catheter tip syringe. The biggest we have is a 60 cc, so I'm going to just do that and then add 4. This is our liquid barium that we use. I'm actually not going to give any today because this is all we have and it's expired. So, if the patient were bad, you could always sedate. They say you would give a ketamine diazepam cocktail, and then he would get about 0.35 milliliters of that. He would get 0.35 of the ketamine and 0.35 of the diazepam. If you don't need to include their esophagus in the contrast study, then you could do a stomach tube under sedation. If they won't take it orally, you would just have them put the catheter tip syringe in their mouth, give it slowly. You want to make sure you don't extend their neck too far. And then you want to make sure that they have time to breathe, take breaths, they need to eat it on their own time because you don't want them to aspirate it into their lungs. Also, if there's any chance that a bowel is perforated or the esophagus, you don't want to give it under that circumstance either. They want to be fasted at least 24 hours before the study. They can't have water, and you want to make sure that ideally their large bowel should be empty. So if needed, you could give an enema, or you can just skip that if you don't want to include the large bowel. It just basically depends on what you need. Okay, so I'm all dressed up. I have my dosimeter, my gown, thyroid shield, I have my gloves over here. I'm going to start by putting him on the table. And I'm going to measure him with my caliper. It's about 14. This is Smokey. He's our hospital patient. He's not very cooperative. Okay. 14 and 13. I'm going to put him down while I set the machine. Okay, now come over here. Okay, this is our table chart. So I would go to abdomen, 14, both of them under the same thing because it's 10 to 15. Then I would set my machine for that. Go here, turn it on. See here, 130. It shows up on 10. We're going to have it to 300 and it'll be 78. Okay, and since it goes under the grid tray, we would take our cassette out. I don't have to worry about them being lined up for grid cutoff because our table is connected, so when you slide it, it slides. So, grab the patient. I'm going to attempt to lay him on my side because we're a little bit short-staffed at the moment. It's the end of the day. If I have to, I'll get the camera lady to help me hold him. Okay. Well, I would need to cut off the light.
Should be fine.
You think it'll be okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I would be wearing my gloves. Yeah, there we go. So So I already have it collimated down, and I would stretch them out, make sure I'm in the picture, turn my head, snap the film. And I'll do this for a lateral and VD. Just put it down. My settings are the same for both lateral and VD. So I would just take out my cassette, load it, put a new cassette, take a VD. You want to do that immediately after the barium's given. And then it depends on who you talk to. Some want to do it every 15 minutes, both lateral and VD. Some people say lateral and VD every 30 minutes. So you would do it every 30, 60, about an hour and a half. And then you want to take it 12 hours after the barium's given so you can see that it's flowing all the way through. That's about it.